This is test number 10 from sections 1.1 all the way through 4.2, and this is actually part 3 of this video where we can finish it up. Number 21 is where we begin. 24 ounces for $1.68. Find the cost per ounce. So look, it's cost per ounce. So make sure you have it in that form if you're not sure which one's supposed to go on top. The cost is $1.68, and the ounces is 24 ounces. So that tells you $1.68 divided by 24. Oh, $1.68 divided by 24, and it's 7 cents. It's 7 cents per ounce, per 1 ounce. So the cost per ounce is 7 cents per 1 ounce. Number 22 says 70 miles per hour, 5 feet per minute. 70 miles per 1 hour. Okay. You want to transform it, or you want to convert it into feet per minute. So you have to do 2 conversions, from miles to feet and then from hours to minute, which we'll do in a second. So to go from miles to feet, you want to make sure miles is at the bottom since it's at the top of the first fraction. Okay, which means you need to have feet at the top of the fraction. So in 1 mile, and this is a number that you're going to have to get used to, 5,280 feet. Again, don't put 1 foot in 5,280 miles. Make sure it makes sense. You also want to convert from hours to minutes. Hours, if you look at your first fraction, it's at the bottom of that fraction. So you want to make sure hours is on top and minutes is on the bottom. In 1 hour, there are 60 minutes. Again, make sure you don't have 60 hours in 1 minute. That doesn't make sense. So now you can cross out your units. Miles are crossed out by miles. Hours are crossed out by hours, and you're left with feet on top and minutes on the bottom. Then you just multiply straight across. 70 times 5,280 times 1 is a great big number, 369,600 feet. And then 1 times 1 times 60 is 60 minutes. So you're going to go 369,600 feet in 60 minutes, but it wants feet per 1 minute. So divide those two by each other, 369,600 by 60, and you're left with 6,160 feet per 1 minute. And that's what you were looking for. That was the conversion, 6,160 feet per minute. Number 23 says $3.60 per hour, find cents per minute. Again, $3.60 per 1 hour. Find cents per minute. So if we're going to go from, we'll do from dollars to cents real quick. That's an easy one. Make sure when you're multiplying that you have $1 at the bottom since it's at the top of the first fraction. And then how many cents are in $1? That's an easy one again, 100 cents in $1. Then go from hours to minutes. Again, you're going to multiply it by another fraction. Hours, as you look at it, is on the bottom, so put hours on top. Make sure minutes is on the bottom. And in 1 hour, you have 60 minutes. Make sure you don't put 60 hours in 1 minute. That doesn't make sense. Your hours will cross out with each other, and your dollars will cross out. So you're left with cents over minutes. Then multiply straight across. $3.60 times 100 will be 360 cents. And 1 times 1 times 60 will be 60 minutes. But it's asking you cents per 1 minute. So you have to do 360 cents divided by 60 minutes. And you're left with 6 cents per minute. 24, writing an algebraic expression. Sum tells you plus. So the sum of a and 10, a plus 10. Number 25, it tells you to define a variable, but it says -4 minus a number, -4 minus a number, x minus n minus whatever you want. 26 says simplify -9 plus 4. We have opposite signs, -9 and +4. So subtract their absolute values. 9 minus 4 is 5. 9 is farther away from 0. It's the higher absolute value, so it's negative, so 5 is going to be negative. And then 27 says the absolute value of 20 minus 8. You have to take 20 and subtract 8 from it. You get the number 12. The absolute value of 12 means how far away from 0 is it? It can't be negative because the distance is never negative, so it's 12. Number 28 says the absolute value of negative x minus 2y. Okay, so we have the absolute value of negative, and we'll plug in x's value. We have x equals 1 right here. So negative 1 minus 2 times y's value, we have negative 2, and it's still the absolute value. So the absolute value of negative 1, negative 2 times negative 2 will be plus 4. So now we have negative 1 plus 4, opposite signs, subtract them. 4 minus, or the absolute value you should need to subtract. 4 minus 1 is 3, and 4 had the higher absolute value. It's positive, so it'll be a positive 3. It'll be the absolute value of that, which means how far away from 0 is it? It's 3 away from 0. And then 29, here's another proportion like the ones earlier. 5 over 3 equals 16 over x. Cross multiply. 3 times x is 3x. And 3 times x is 3x, and 5 times 16 equals 80. Then that says 3 times x, so divide by 3 to cancel it out. If you divide by 3 on the left, you have to do it on the right. Cancel them out, leaves you with x equals 80 divided by 3, and we're going to have a decimal here, 26.67. And then the last one, number 30, says x minus 3 over 14 equals 2 over 5. Cross multiply again, x minus 3 times 5. That will be written like this. 5 times x minus 3, because you need to make sure that you multiply 5 by both terms, not just by 3, not just by negative 3, or not just by x, equals 14 times 2 will be 28. So now you need to make sure 5 is distributed to both terms. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times negative 3 is minus 15 equals 28. Then undo your minus 15 by adding 15 to both sides. You add 15 to the left, you have to do the same thing to the right. 5x, these will cancel out, equals 28 plus 15 is 43. And then 5 times x means you divide by 5 to cancel it out. You divide the left by 5, you need to divide the right. These will cancel. X equals 8.6. We got another decimal value. X equals 8.6. And that's the end of test 10 study guide.